Greetings and salutations to everybody in the audience. Today is May 26, 2022. Again, day by day, this world is skydiving into oblivion. And I simply just cannot stand this world anymore. I'm not saying I'm just going to off myself or anything like that. I am committed to Christ. I know that I am losing subscribers. I know that I am losing views. But again, that does not matter to me. I do not monetize these videos. I expect to lose people because a lot of people don't want to hear what I have to say. So it doesn't matter to me that I'm losing views and lose subscribers because regardless, I have to spread this word. I simply just cannot forgive myself. I don't spread what I'm going to spread. I'm strongly convinced that I have had a dream from the Lord. I'm going to say a 99% chance that I've had a dream from him because everything just seems to line up, with the Bible verses. And again, I'm very, very, very convinced this is from the Lord. I want to read you a verse very quick that ties this all together. I don't want to wait to the very end to say what I'm going to say about this verse. But this is Matthew 24, 32 through 51. Now, I want you to just listen to this because this is very important for the dream I've had. I mean, it just ties directly into it. So here we go. Matthew 24, 32 through 51. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know the summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in those days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall be the coming of the Son of Man be. Then to be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Two men shall be grinding in the mill, the one shall be taken, the other left. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour that your Lord doeth come. But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is the faithful and wise servant whom the Lord hath made ruler of his house? Hold, to give them meat in due season. Blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all the goods. And that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of. And shall, this is the last one I promise, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, which is basically talking about the bottomless pits, hell. This is talking about the rapture. There's no doubt about it. I am very, very convinced. I don't like to say certainty because I do not want to lie before the Lord, but I am strongly convinced by my spirit that the Lord has given to me that this is talking about the pre-tribulation rapture. When it's talking about they were eating and drinking and giving in marriage, and then the flood came. That is talking about a time of normality. There's nothing normal about the end of tribulation, where basically 90% of the population is dead. I guarantee you, when the rulers have control over you, it's not gonna be normal times. You're probably not gonna be married. You're probably not gonna be eating and drinking as much. There's nothing normal at the times. Then the flood came. So let's get on to my dream from the Lord. I don't want to waste too much time doing this. I want to keep these short so people will actually watch the full thing. And I'm going to try my best to just puzzle this in my mind as best I can. I mean, this is all very vivid, but some of it's just like really weird in the beginning until the certain part, it just cleans everything up. It just makes everything clear. So this dream began. I was at my house, and again, we'll get to the gift stuff in a little bit. I was at my house. It was at my mom's house. It was not specifically this house. My mom's boyfriend, which his name is Sammy, he came up to me, and he just had this box of food. I saw Hershey's. I just saw normal food in there, and then I pulled out a pecan pie. I was like, how'd you know this is my favorite? Something along the lines of that. How'd you know this is my favorite? And it just kind of continued conversation for a bit. And then he asked if I could take care of the dogs this weekend. I said, yeah. The next part of that dream, I just literally somehow appeared at a gas station. And I literally wish I brought it with me. But there's this thing at Hardee's, which is very shady because that was a gas station that they serve at Hardee's, but some reason was at the gas station. It was like this primitive, like dinosaur biscuit, but it wasn't really dinosaur meat. It was like roast beef, and it just looked amazing. And I'm just so hungry right now. I'm starving right now. I can't think about food. But I got one of those. I ate it, and then all of a sudden, this is where it gets very interesting. I'm going to go very into depth about what I'm going to describe to you. I somehow got to a football game. It was a varsity football game at my old school. I remember very specifically when I was there, I was just kind of roaming around and talking to people. Everything was normal. We were all eating and drinking, just hanging out, not drinking beer. I wasn't doing all that stuff, but just talking to people. I've seen a lot of people in my dreams I haven't thought about in many, many, many years. And it's just crazy just how your mind can work sometimes, or perhaps the Lord is putting it through me during that time. But I just remember watching the game, just hanging out with people. We're just all relaxed, just talking and laughing, that kind of thing. Just a sense of normality. I was watching a football game. I saw this guy just like do some weird catch like that. It was Raekwon Jones. I remember him specifically because he was like one of my best friends. Let's say like best friends. He was like a better friend of mine back in high school. I saw him do this like really cool catch, and then I went to these bleachers, and I saw supposedly my old English teacher from middle school. She said, "Hi, Mateo," and I go over there. I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? How you been?" Just regular kind of conversations. And after that, we went into, I guess, this kind of hut, or there was like wooden twigs as a roofing, and she had a firework. And I'm like, "You're not gonna," well, something along the lines of, "You're not gonna set that off, are you? That's just gonna burn this place down." And she lit it. Thank goodness it didn't burn anything up. I don't want to use God's name in vain. Sorry. After that, I said goodbye, and then this is where it gets just really interesting. I'm walking to the right side of the field from the back. I see Brandon Smith, who was in my high school. He was one of the star players, went to Penn State, and is now in the NFL draft. Good for him. Too bad the economy is going to collapse. He's not going to be able to profit from this at all. But I saw Brandon Smith as a running back, and I saw him running the ball. I looked straight ahead. Then all of a sudden, this flood came. It was this giant tsunami that was about, I would estimate from a distance, I can't really tell, but I would say like a mile to maximum 3 miles in the air. Now you can imagine seeing this kind of thing. You would be terrified. But here's the thing. This is what kind of bothers me. This is what kind of truly convinces me this is from the Lord. As I'm watching this tsunami, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm getting out of here. I got to get out of here. It seemed like nobody else seemed to even notice it. Or if they did notice it, they did not care whatsoever. They just stood there in place. They either did not see the flood coming to them, or they saw it and they just did not care. That can interpret two things. Let me just quickly say this. Number one, there's a lot of people out there who do not realize that there is a one world government collapsing the economy. Again, they are collapsing the economy. They do not understand that these one world governments, the Antichrist, the devils and the demons, want to murder you. And they're doing that in a variety of ways, which I can get to in a separate video. They do not realize that the people in control are literally demons. They do not realize their plan is to kill 90% of us by 2030. Now let's do the math. The 7-year tribulation is 7 years long. Right now it's 2022. I mean, we're just that close, guys. And all the signs are right there, just in your face. But anyway, I see this flood coming again. Nobody seems to really care about it. I run out of there. I go through these gates, and I'm running to my truck. I see maybe 4 people at the most running out of there. They seem to have noticed the flood. They said, "This is happening. We need to get out of here before this flood just takes us away, sweeps us away." I'm going to my truck, and I see this girl. Her name was Lilith Contreras, back from my high school. I wasn't ever good friends with her. I wasn't even basic level acquaintances with this girl. Well, I believe she is a Christian as well. Don't quote me on that. But I'm not saying I hate this girl, but I'm saying I haven't talked to her in a very, very long time. And if I have, it's probably about an assignment we were doing or something like that. I see her running to her car. It was a Honda Civic. And I asked her, I was like, "Lilith, can I drive with you? You're probably faster than I am." She's like, "Yeah, come on." So I run into my truck to grab my wallet. I guess I was probably hungry during my dream. That wouldn't surprise me. I run to her car, and we get inside. And there was another field to the side of us that we were at. Well, she drove over to that field, and she picked up 2 people. It was one of my best friends, Jacob Prophet, which is it's very strange because like when they got in the car, I felt the presence of someone else behind me. Some guy named Jamal Adams. I thought he was behind me. You guys don't even know who this is, but I'm just saying it for reference. That I felt the presence of somebody behind me. His name was Jamal Adams. When I turned around, it was Jacob Prophet. Somebody that I've been trying to just convince. Me and my buddy CJ, who I call French Fry, have been trying to convince Jacob for a very long time that these things are coming. You need to get right with the Lord, Jesus Christ. We are driving off now, and we're just talking about what we saw. And I was like, isn't this something from Revelations? Though there is a reference about the flood from Revelations, but the main part is what I had just read to you. Then Lilith beside me was like, "Yeah, but that wasn't meant for us. The Lord wouldn't do that to us." And I was, in my mind, I was about to ask her, "But have you been repenting?" But for some reason, I just kept that to myself. It was just very strange. We drove for about a minute later, and then just magically, inside the car, we were teleported to this desert. While the car was still there, it's like in the car, the car and us were teleported to the desert. And then I got out of the car. I looked up, and then here the tsunami comes. This mile to 3 mile high tsunami, just directly coming for us. I just braced for it, and for some reason, I didn't feel the pushback of the tsunami. You would probably imagine that when a giant 3-mile tsunami would hit you, you would just be flying away like the wind somewhere else, probably to Australia or something from America. I mean, who knows? I mean, that thing was just terrifying. So the flood has came, and it goes up into like my waist. I mean, the whole land was just flooded. And this is kind of like the end of it, but Lilith said, "I can get us out of here," something along the lines of that. So she apparently has a shovel, and she's digging up the sand to try to get to the car. Apparently, the car was just submerged underwater, just under sand for some reason. I don't even understand why we couldn't go through the windows. It's like the only way we can get in is through the bottom. kind of like a submarine almost, so the water doesn't get in, perhaps, I guess. We're digging in, and I see Lilith finally complete the hole. She goes in there. And then Jacob in front of me goes inside as well. I don't know what happened to the fourth person. Don't ask me. I'm not quite sure. I see Jacob go in, and then immediately after, I go inside after him to get in the car. Don't know how the car was going to get out, but Jacob and Lilith got in the car, but I was still there. I couldn't find a way in, and I felt my breath just running out. It's like I seriously could not breathe underwater. It was just very crazy. Now, I don't believe, I mean, this could potentially happen. I'm not going to go on a limb and say that I am not going into rapture. I must have faith in the Lord, for He is great, He is graceful, He's forgiving above all. But I was left there, under the water, just suffocating and dying. Within 5 seconds of not being able to breathe underwater, under the car, trying to find a way, and I just kind of floated there for a bit, and that's when the dream ended. Again, this is very prevalent how this world is becoming right now. People are not repenting. People are not trying to follow the faith. I mean, again, I make mistakes all the time. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I am perfect by any means. I fully have to rely on the grace of the Lord to forgive me, for I know that my flesh is weak, but the Spirit is very strong, and I just apologize at any circumstance I have rebelled against Him. I don't do this intentionally. I have strong temptations at times, and sometimes like, oh, well, this Bible verse doesn't mean that I can do this, but I know that I'm only deceiving my own self. But to the topic of the flood, again, I've told you, in the days of Noah, they were eating and drinking and giving in marriage until the flood came. So along the lines of that. It was not until Noah entered the ark that the flood came. The flood, when it's saying like the days of Noah, it's not saying that it's going to be a flood that takes us over. I've had dreams of nuclear strikes, 3 dreams of nuclear strikes coming, and that could potentially be what happens. I know Russia was talking about, they were talking about this nuke that would blast, that would be detonated underwater, and then a giant tsunami would come and just take out. They were planning that for, I think it was Poland. Don't quote me on that. That just a giant tsunami would just wipe out their entire country. I mean, it's just some scary stuff. I'm not saying it's going to be a tsunami, but like the days of Noah were, eating, drinking, giving in marriage until the flood came. People didn't notice the flood, the tsunami, or the people did, they just didn't seem to care. There is a one world government. They are collapsing the economy. They're not here for you. The Antichrist is coming from this one world government. If people do not see this, it's either Obama or Yuval Noah Harari. It's a African American and a white person. You can't call me racist for that. Both of them match all 21 scriptures of the Bible. People do not realize they are murdering us. They are creating these viruses, releasing upon the people, using a fake cover-up story so people will take their jabs. The monkeypox, they're going to say, oh, a smallpox vaccine will cure you. Come line up in the millions, the masses of millions, and take our jabs. I promise you, something inside me is really telling me that they're using this excuse. Oh, the smallpox vaccine has been safe and effective since like 2003. Come take this. But I'm telling you, it is not the smallpox vaccine. It is a completely different vaccine that is meant to you. Not joking you. They have openly talked about doing this. They have made a website back in 2021, November 2021, planning out this monkeypox virus, which they are creating, they are putting upon people, saying 3.2 billion cases by 2023, and I think it's like 331 million deaths. It's like a 10% chance of dying. That is terrifying. I think this is something we should actually, don't misquote me on this. This is something that we should probably pay attention to, because they are literally game planning it out. They have scenarios, and they were planning out how they'll discuss this on the news. I'm not joking you. These people are murderers. You're looking at Hitler times 1,000. I mean, Bill Gates, you've all know Harry Obama, anybody in the one world government makes Hitler look like a princess. I'm not joking you. This is real business, and we must take precautions. We must get right with the Lord, because he is the only way to heaven. He will forgive you for all your sins. Just have faith in him. Yes, I have moments of doubt, and that's something I really do not think. Sorry, it's something I really do not think I could control. I feel the devil will tempt people in such a way, because I have seen people struggle with the exact same thing in multitudes. It's like you believe that he is real, you believe the prophecies are true, you know the rapture is happening, and then but at times you'll doubt his power. I feel like that is of the devil and not of your own. Don't forget, there is a spiritual warfare going on out there. This is real stuff. This is going on. The Lord's return is very soon, and I'm telling you guys, please, I beg you, get ready. I am watching them plan all this stuff out, which I am also strongly convinced. I am almost certain that they are going to cover up the rapture of the church as an alien invasion. They're simply priming you for when this comes. They are now saying they just had a Congress hearing on it. Wasn't really good information, but afterwards, aliens are this big domestic threat that must be taken very seriously. You wonder why they're doing that? Do you wonder why they are doing that? I'm not trying to yell at you. I am irritated by people not understanding this. And I'm seeing that people are starting to understand a little bit more. That's great. But they're just juicing you up. They're just rubbing you like a turkey baster. Like they're just rubbing you like a turkey. Alien invasion. Aliens are danger. Aliens are dangerous. Aliens are dangerous. They are coming. Just all in your face. Just readying you up for what is about to happen. Because, like in the days of Noah, people were eating, drinking, giving in marriage until the flood came. They didn't see the flood coming. They did not see it coming, or when they saw it, they just did not care and continued in their same wicked ways. We are seeing this happen. We are seeing the progression of how close we are getting to the Lord's return. I would not be surprised if it's within a month. I'm serious. Could be 2 months, could be 3 months, but I'm telling you, it is very, 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 very likely that it's in this year, 2022. For they want 90% of the population dead by 2030. Not going into 2030. This is real, guys. I know I've been going on for 20 minutes. I'm a little excited, and I need something to just pass the time by for a bit. I mean, let's not take it that way. I have to tell you this because I told the Lord that I would tell you, and I will not break my promise to the Lord because I love him and I love the Heavenly Father, and I will stay true to him and not be a promise breaker. I believe he did give me this dream to tell the people. It is time to get ready, guys. This is some real business, man. God bless you all. I pray that the Lord finds you well, that the Lord may push you into his hand and never take you from him, that he just squeezes his hand and will just never take you from him. I ask you to call out to the Lord. It is asked to be saved. If you have to get on your knees and pray to God and ask for a sign, I would do that. I'm telling you for certain that he will show you a sign. In one way or another, I've had very subtle signs that have led me to him, but the Lord works in mysterious ways. It's very crazy stuff. The way his miracles work. I've been going on too long. I apologize, guys. I love you all. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for subscribers. I don't do this for views. Except for my gaming videos, all the videos surrounding one world government and religion and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who I want to be with you. This is why I do this, because I want him to be with you. I know those subscribers. I do not care. I do this because I love the Lord, and I have to tell you. Please don't skip by this message. Please just hear me out on everything I've been telling you. I will continue to spread the word. I love you all. I'm sorry. I keep rambling. I'm sorry. This is what I do in prayer as well. I just keep rambling because I love talking. I'm sorry. Okay, guys. I'm sorry. It's time to go. I love you all. I'm going to pray for you tonight. Take care, guys. Peace.